As you can see in the title, I got a top 6 no-move score on an arbitrary rural Russia, which is in the top 3 most popular Russia maps behind a balanced Russia and an arbitrary Russia. So yeah, I will be explaining exactly how I ended up getting the score, so enjoy. I'm voicing this over because I didn't talk too much during my initial recording, but starting off with round 1, we have a blurred short antenna, which you can get in these areas. Given the sheer rockiness of the round, I opted for Karelia. I didn't take too much time to line up the roads, so I lost some points, but albeit I believe it was a pretty decent first round. Round 2 may have been my favorite round of the game because it applies my knowledge of unique smudges. There's a doc called Camera Smudges of Russia, and it was only a month or so ago when I actually studied the doc for the first time. I guess it's rather meant for more experienced Russia players, but nonetheless, it's an extremely good doc to actually look over, and I highly recommend reading it. I'll include it in the description of this video along with the most famous Russia document, which is Finbar's current seasonal meta document. Anyway, the first thing I noticed was the huge smudges on the screen, which are pretty hard to miss, of course. So of course I identified them. These ones in particular are found here, specifically starting north of Kizil and going up to the Krasnoyarsk border. Besides smudges, another way I identified where we were was a long B-type antenna, which you can get in Tuva, the federal subject the round is in. B-type is when the highest ridge of the antenna is noticeably on the left side like this. So with all that being said, all I had to do from that point on was line up the road angle and I was basically set. Round 3, in my opinion, is actually the easiest round to get the road itself, but at the same time it's unironically the hardest one to line up a 5K. Well, immediately I presumed it was just on the Altai Republic main road, which starts at the Mongolia border and goes 500 kilometers from there to Gorno-Altaysk. Admittedly, this wasn't a very hard road to identify. I mean, it's literally on Plunkett, so... But yeah, I took my time to identify a possible road angle. I considered we were on the northern portion of the road because as you go up, it just gets less dry. So from this point on, I was just looking for a good road angle match, just like the last round. So yeah, all things considered, I think it could have been way worse. I mean, not much I could do to save points there, because the road just bends a lot, but yeah, I think I did fine in that one. Okay, round 4 was a point where I was like, okay, this is looking really good. I just need to crack this one down, and I'll have one round left to where I absolutely lock in. So anyways, the first thing I noticed was the A-type short antenna, which looks like this. Luckily with A-type short, you can only get in a few main clusters, and some of them are identifiable with the month of coverage. So to me this looked like Orenburg, which would fit with the short A-type and autumny looking coverage. Orenburg was covered in September, and to me this definitely looked like that month, so I spent a solid 3 minutes finding the correct road angle. And actually I thought with the absence of birch trees that would be being like a drier section, so that's more of an eastern Orenburg thing. But yeah, it took me a bit to find the road angle, but I ended up getting it almost exactly, luckily. So with one round left, I tried to keep my calm, but honestly, my heart was beating really fast, and I knew that this was my best chance at a 24K score, so I had to lock the hell in. Alright, round 5 was an absolute stress test, but I had some faith because my original thought was Altai Krai, a federal subject east of Kazakhstan. The reason this was good for me is because I've actually gone through and mapped Altai Krai to an extent in the past, which is really good. So during this mapping process, I actually learned that you can only get Gen 4 coverage in this tiny section in the south part of the federal subjects. I really did my best to rule out other possible regions, such as Omsk. I had 2 main reasons to actually rule out Omsk in this round. One being there were more tree rows and tree clusters, because in Omsk you mainly get tree clusters. And 2 being the road angle in particular fit perfectly with the main road that has Gen 4. So the whole time I was like, holy shit, I think it's just here, I think I got it. But yeah, I'll play out the clip of me actually doing it and pulling it off. Yeah, I mean... No, it does. That lines up horribly. Okay. And it kind of curves, yeah. Ooh, okay. Like, I feel like unironically, anywhere on this road could make a little bit of sense. Like, that is not bad. That's not bad at all, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, fuck, dude. I'm nervous, bro. Do I just send this, bro? Oh my god, yes. What? What the fuck is that score? I can't believe that. Like, how high is that? Dude, how is that top 6? Alright, thank you for watching the video. I don't know if I'm ever gonna beat this score. I probably will in the future. I will probably do more attempts on a balanced rush. Should I get a 24K on that map too? But yeah, I don't know if I'll ever beat this, and that's fine. I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with that, but I can definitely keep getting better. So yeah, hopefully you guys learned something, and see you next time.